Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Tarot by Melissa, and today's reading is going to be answering the question, how does your person feel about you? And what we're going to be doing in this video is getting a look into just where your person currently stands with regard to your connection and their current feelings, how they're perceiving you, how they're perceiving the status of the connection, all the things. So let's get into our disclaimers. First and foremost, you guys, I title these readings blunt because my goal and intention is to provide you with the truth of what I'm seeing, all the different nuances that are at play, right? So I would ask that if you're going to view this video that you come into it with an open mind, because not every single message may be rainbows and sunshine, right? My goal is to tell you exactly what it is that I see with the energies. And some things are not always rainbows and sunshine all the time. Some things are not always all bad all the time. But just bear in mind that if you're sensitive about your person, or if you're coming into this reading and you're looking for a specific, message, this may not be the best suited reading for you, because I'm going to tell you exactly what it is that I see, whether it's positive, neutral, negative. Also keep in mind, guys, that these readings are general. So some of the messages may apply quite specifically to you and your situation. Others of the messages might not. So use your discernment. If something feels like it doesn't fit your situation, simply release it and let it go. If you did want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you could book one with me will be linked in the description box down below. Personal readings are always a great way to get a more specific and accurate read on your own personal energy and situation. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our deck selection. So for our 3 piles today, we've got 3 decks, starting with pile number 1. This is the Queen Alice Tarot, and we're using some spirit quartz for this pile. For pile number 2, we have the Housewives Tarot with this little agate crystal. And then for pile number 3, we're doing the Twin Flame Journey Tarot with some satin spar. All right, so let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about your person. Go ahead and select the deck or the crystal that you feel the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, scroll down to the description box to locate the timestamp that will take you to your selected reading. See you there. Hey, pile 1, if you guys chose the Queen Alice Tarot with this little spirit quartz, this is going to be your reading. So we're looking into how your person is currently feeling about you and where they stand with regard to this connection. So let's first take a look at the overall energy, and then we'll take a look at the tarot cards. So where does your person stand? We start off with the Canary Spirit. We have, it is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. So this is where they currently stand with your connection. So the Canary Spirit is telling me that this person is feeling as though they are in a space where they need to do something, not do something, but behave in a way that feels authentic to them. The Canary Spirit, it's talking about sing your own song, right? So this is all about authenticity. And I think for some reason, this person may be feeling like they need to take a step back to focus on themselves, to focus on what feels most aligned for them. I feel this person may have had some issues with expression in this connection, or I don't know, I just keep getting really tongue-tied, tapping into this energy. This person may struggle to be themselves, right? So it may not even be that you guys did anything wrong. Maybe you guys were just being yourselves, but for whatever reason, this person, I think that they really struggled to express themselves clearly and authentically. And so because of this discomfort that they're feeling, they're kind of in this energetic space of taking some space, right? Instead of placing the focus on you, the viewer of pile 1, it's now is the time that they're focusing on themselves. And you see how the canary is wearing this little crown here? I feel that there is some sort of a confidence issue here. This person is working on being more confident and comfortable with themselves and standing in their power. You know, for some of you guys, this person could be musical. Like maybe they like express themselves through music too. I could definitely see that being something, but let's get into the tarot. So for pile number 1, how does pile 1's person currently feel? Give us a little bit more insight here. What are pile 1's person's feelings toward my pile 1 viewers? That King of Swords keeps showing up here. This person may be really like in their head or thinking more logically about things or analytically about things versus tapping into their feelings and their heart space. But let's see, how do they feel? We have a 6 of Swords in reverse. We have a 5 of Swords. Lots of air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Definitely makes sense with the bird being here. Okay. We have the Page of Pentacles here in reverse. Clarifying the 6 of Swords, please. 5 of Cups. Oh, wow. Okay. Lots of tough energy for pile 1, you guys. We have the Magician. Okay, I kind of feel what's going on here. And then we have a 7 of Wands. And look at this. King of Swords. It's so funny when they kind of like show themselves when you're shuffling and then they like reemerge. So I definitely feel like this person is withdrawing from this connection because of confidence issues. And I feel like this person, with the 5 of Swords and the Magician here, I feel like maybe an issue that this person has struggled with is that they are not being themselves with you. Like for some reason, they are afraid of just being vulnerable and being authentic in the way that they express their thoughts and their feelings. And I kind of feel like this person, they really get in their head about things and make things more challenging than it needs to be. Because with the Magician being here clarifying our 5 of Swords, what I kind of see is that this person, what they might do with you, and maybe you guys don't even realize it, but I feel like they kind of just like try to show up and say things that they think you want to hear or do things that they think you want them to do. And they're very much in their head about this. And it's like getting in their own way. You know what I mean? With the King of Swords here, this person just has a really tough time like with emotions. You know, they're very like strict, logical, like it's kind of like a cutthroat energy a little bit here, but just they're coming across to me, they're reading to me as more of somebody who's like very logical, head over heart is like kind of the way that they're looking at things. But it's like they still feel like they have something to prove to you here with the 7 of Wands. Like there's something about your energy that I think like makes this person feel like they have to prove themselves in a way. I forgot I want to pull one of these too. Let's see. But yeah, like I definitely see like this person just like really getting in their own way. There's just like a lot of negative thoughts here. Let's see. But look at this. This is why we work with multiple decks, right? So they have reconciliation on their mind, you guys. And that kind of makes sense here because what I feel is that there's something that went down in this connection in the past where like they have felt, I feel like that like someone really just like made a mess of things here. Look at these cards, you guys. We have somebody here like literally like pulling the tablecloth off the table and spilling things everywhere. In this card, we've got like knives and swords and like cards flying all over the place. It just feels like this is like a very chaotic environment to this person. I don't know if you guys have had like conflict, like actual conflict, fighting, arguments and things like that with this person, or if this is all just like internal conflict for this person. But with the Six of Swords being here with the Five of Cups, I don't see that this person has fully like moved on from the situation. But I do think that there is some sort of repeat cycle that continues to go on with between you and them, at least from their perspective. They're feeling like it's like the same thing over and over again, and they're struggling to like move away from it. They're struggling to like figure out how to find peace with the situation. And they're very bummed out. Like they're disappointed and I think kind of hung up on some things that went wrong in this connection. So I think on one hand of things, it's like the King of Swords, I think, yes, they are having a hard time tapping into their feelings. They're looking at things very logically, though, because I think for them, from their perspective, there's been a lot of chaos here. And so I think this person is actually maybe trying to take a more mature, just like head over heart approach to this by taking a step back and sort of like detaching from the situation so that they can try to see things a little bit more clearly, because they are not really seeing things clearly right now with this Five of Swords, right? Like this person is very much in their head and getting in their own way. I think too, like, I think there's just something about this person's perception of things that feels a little bit distorted, right? Like we've got clouds here, lots of confusion, Five of Swords, lots of confusion. Even this card here, right? You guys maybe remember this from the story of Alice in Wonderland where like they think that she's a serpent, but she's really not a serpent. They're seeing it wrong, right? Their perception of things is wrong. And I think that's an issue with this person. Like they feel as though they need to like defend themselves to you or prove themselves to you that they're maybe not a certain way. But I feel the issue that I see here with the Page of Pentacles is I feel that there's maybe a lack of curiosity to understand maybe like where you might be coming from. It's like this lack of being able to be vulnerable, I feel really gets in your person's way. You know what I mean? Like if they're not going to be able to just like let their defenses down a little bit and just have a genuine conversation with you and just express their feelings, it's not going to improve. Like they're going to continue to manifest the same thing over and over again. Hopefully this is making sense. So I want to see, let's look to see next, how do they perceive the status of your connection together right now? They do want to reconcile with you though. They have not let it go. So even though you guys like may not be communicating with this person or they're taking space, they're definitely thinking about how they can build bridges with you. We have perfectly imperfect. Allow this connection to establish its own vibe. Let's see what else. Ooh, we have cheater. So somebody, let's see. We also have denial. So there's an issue with infidelity here. So the first thing that I'm seeing here, so at the bottom of the deck, we have just vibing, getting to know each other. So it's interesting because like this to me gives like a very like nonchalant energy, but I don't feel like this person is like just totally nonchalant about it. I do see that they are like bothered by something with this connection. They're triggered in some way. So this could just be kind of like with the King of Swords, like some sort of facade that they're putting out there to like make it seem like they're very cool, calm, collected. But deep inside, you guys, there's a lot of confusion this person is experiencing about this relationship. Look at this. Someone is scared to open up, right? They have a fear of being vulnerable here. We have taken underneath, wanting to make things official. So it's like, again, there's a part of them that I think feels that there's something very special about this connection and probably doesn't want to see you with anyone else. However, there's a lot of issues here that this person has going on within that I think are really going to be blocking forward movement in a healthy way unless they choose to work on them. So when I see this card, this says allow this connection to establish its own vibe. This person, it's like they seem to be fine with things being like a little bit undefined right now. They're just kind of going with the flow of things. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It kind of seems like this person is able to detect that they need some sort of space, right, from the situation. They need some sort of separation from the situation. But there's an issue here with infidelity, right? So I'm not sure if this is all in this person's head, but it almost seems like they feel like you guys could be cheating on them, or that they feel that you're someone who doesn't want to be tied down. This could also be their own energy, right? That they're just sort of, I kind of feel like this person could be like projecting this onto you because they're like this. You know what I mean? For some of you guys. And then with denial, we have this isn't what you're looking for, but you're ignoring the facts. So it's like they continue to keep themselves like kind of energetically attached to you, curious about you, thinking about you. But it's very clear that like, maybe it's not clear. I don't think it's clear to them because, again, there's a lot of confusion. But I think this is part of the reason why they're sort of leaning back and looking at things more logically, because I think that they're trying to better understand the facts of the situation. And I think it's like their attempt at being a little bit more objective. But I don't know, guys. This King of Swords is just kind of giving me like bad vibes a little bit. Like it just feels like someone who's very cutthroat, someone who's very maybe picky, strict, high standards, you know? So let's see. I want to see how they perceive you guys. So let's see. How does this person perceive my pile number 1 viewers? We have teasing, flirty personality. We have attentive, wants to please. How do they perceive my pile 1 viewers? Idealistic, seeking perfection. I think that's why they feel that they need to like prove themselves to you in some way. Like they may actually think that you guys have higher standards than they're able to like really show to you. You know, that could be where that King of Swords energy is coming from too with the 7 of Wands, right? Like they see you as somebody who has like an ideal of what it is that you want in a partner. And they may feel that you're a perfectionist in some way in your own right, which I think makes them feel a bit inadequate at times. But on the other hand, it's like they see you as somebody who's attentive. They see you as somebody who is like really nurturing here. Look at this though. We also have dramatic underneath, high maintenance, and then underneath of this, we have volatile, and then underneath of this, we have seasonal. I don't know. I could just keep going forever and ever because all these seem to resonate. We also have irresistible. So they definitely have like a strong pull towards you. But here's that energy of kind of back and forth, on and off. That's the kind of perfectly imperfect vibes, right? And there's definitely something here about the two of you that just seems to be a little explosive. Like it doesn't always seem like it aligns and gets on the same page here. So it's like they have a lot of like, I think, magnetic pull to you. They definitely see you as quite flirtatious. There's a part of them that sees you as being very nurturing and attentive, but then there's another part where they're like, I think that they think that this is a little bit of like a dramatic situation for them, you know? So I'll definitely be curious to hear. I know you guys will tell me in the comments if that's really the case. Just because somebody perceives us a certain way doesn't mean that's like the reality. And like I said, I just kind of continue to feel, tapping into your person's energy, pile 1, that like they just might not be kind of seeing things as clearly because, you know, it's like they're distorted in their perception of things to me. So let's take a look. I want to see what this person would say if they were being honest. And then we'll close it out with some advice for you. So what would this person say if they were being honest to my pile number 1s? We have touch. I can still feel you. So they're definitely thinking about physical stuff. Let's see. We have constant. My mind and heart always come back to you. Yeah, they're always thinking about you. Like you are heavy on their mind, you guys. And I think that's why we have kind of that in and out sort of energy too. We also have words. Our conversations still linger in my mind. So something about communication, again, with this canary energy is significant for this person. Like it does seem that you're somebody who gets this person thinking a little bit. Maybe there was a specific conversation that the two of you had that really stands out to this person, or it could just be that you had more of like that intellectual bond at times too. But the mind, air energy is super heavy with this person's reading and with your reading, pile 1. So let's take a look here and just see what advice we have. I want to actually do one card to represent your person and then one card to represent you, my viewer. So give us some insight into their person and what's kind of going on with them. We have being cold. You seem unapproachable because you are aloof. Try being more friendly. Yeah, I mean, totally see that with the King of Swords. Let's get one for you, my viewer. Guidance or advice for my viewer, please. We have tolerating abuse. Any kind of abuse is not okay. You deserve someone who treats you well. And the joining energy, please, of the connection. Getting crumbs. Wow. Heavy energy, you guys. We also have this undertone of criticism here. So what I kind of feel when I look at these cards is that, like, I don't feel like really either one of you guys is getting ultimately what you want out of a relationship with each other as the energy stands now. Obviously, things can change, right? Your person is quite detached, right? I don't think that they want to be aloof, because I feel that they still have some sort of pull toward you. They still have feelings for you. But their lack of approachability may be a bit intimidating for you, right? They may be kind of cold when you guys are having conversations or arguing, or it just feels like this person in general really struggles to just show and express emotion, right? With the Canary Spirit, there's a communication issue here. And so I think for you, my viewer, that's tough for you, because it feels from your perspective like someone is just like icing you out or not treating you well or just not being warm. You know what I mean? This card is really telling me that this person is not treating you that well, right? Like there's been some sort of behavior that they have exhibited towards you that's not appropriate. And, you know, keep in mind it's a general reading and these words on this card are very heavy, right? Think of the energies on a gradient. For some of you, this word may feel appropriate. For others of you, it might be just something on a lesser scale to that. Take it as it resonates for you. But the point is, if you guys know in your heart that this person has not been treating you well, and you know that you deserve better, you know, the advice here is very clear, that you deserve someone who's going to treat you well. And I think here with the getting crumbs kind of representing the connection, this says you deserve more than crumbs of affection. Wait for the one who adores you. I don't know if I'm seeing a ton of adoration here between you guys. You know, at least if anything, it's an imbalance, right? So, you know, maybe it's worth asking yourselves, my viewer, because we can't control your person, right? We're just kind of using this reading to get insight into like their energy toward you. But, you know, it may just be worth reflecting on, like, you know, if you're still intending to connect with this person as you move forward, are you really getting all that you deserve, right? Are you overextending yourself? This card also, like, I guess I just kind of think of like the analogy of breadcrumbs, you know? Like when you're hungry and all you can get is a crumb, it's never satisfying. It's never enough. It makes you feel worse. You know, it's almost like I would have rather just stayed hungry than just get this little crumb. You know what I mean? And I think that there's something here for you, my viewers, with self-worth, where like you need to remember that you deserve to have like a full meal, not just a crumb, you know? So, very interesting energy, group 1. I believe we'll go ahead and close out your message here, but please comment below. I love hearing from you guys, just like your stories and how you feel like the messages resonate with your situation. If you guys are not already, please do subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you'll be updated when I post the next video, and I look forward to seeing you then. Bye. Hey, pile 2, if you guys picked out the Housewives Tarot with this little agate crystal, this is going to be your love reading. So we're looking into your person and how do they truly feel about you and your connection. Where do they stand? So let's go ahead and jump in with these two kind of pre-shuffled oracles to look at. We're going to look to see first where they stand with the connection. So we start off with the Fox Spirit. Think on your feet. We have secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. Whoa, okay. Okay, pile 2. So totally clear here that where your person stands is that they're watching you. Like they are admiring you and they are kind of like keeping it to themselves right now with the fox spirit. Now, the fox spirit is interesting. It kind of makes sense, right? Because like foxes are like nocturnal animals. They kind of have this reputation for being like sneaky, quote unquote. So it kind of makes sense with this person being in like secret admirer mode that like they're going to be sort of in the shadows and not really like showing their true emotions and feelings about things yet. Part of them might be feeling like there's something about this situation that's a little tricky for them, and maybe that's why they're kind of leaning back and just watching. But let's kind of see. I want to just jump right into the tarot to see what else we can get from this. So for pile 2, tell us a little bit about how they feel. So how does pile 2's person currently feel about my pile 2 viewers? What are their current feelings, please? So we have a 4 of Swords. We have an Ace of Swords. Oh. We have a 9 of Wands and it flew out in reverse. We have Temperance in reverse. We have the 6 of Cups. And we have the 7 of Wands in reverse. We have Judgment reverse at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so do you guys have like a past history with this person? Because I'm definitely getting some indication here with Judgment and with the 6 of Cups that you guys may have already like connected with them in the past in some way. Maybe this is a person from your childhood or someone that lives like in the area that you grew up. Judgment talks about second chances too, like an opportunity for rebirth and renewal. Okay, also, is there something here about like food or like, I hate to say the gym, but that's kind of a little bit of the vibe that I get because of the scale being here with the meat. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just like my meal prep that I'm just like projecting onto this reading. So I'm sorry if that is the case. Let me know if that weird thing resonates, but I don't know. There's a lot of food stuff showing up here. Let's just grab one of these cards. How does this person feel about my pile 2 viewers, please? We have 333. Interesting. Okay, this is interesting because we have the pessimism energy at the bottom. So, all right. I can definitely kind of see that a little bit here because I don't really feel like this person is like totally comfortable with everything. Like we have Judgment reverse as the undertone of this reading, right? And the Judgment card, this deck is crazy. The Judgment card is about like reviewing something and maybe wanting to give it a second chance, right? Like reviewing a situation, evaluating it, really asking yourself like if it's going to fit into your life in a meaningful way. Or maybe your lifestyle too. Like it does kind of feel like there's something about lifestyles here. I don't know. Especially because the 333 is talking about mind, body, and soul. Like it seems like for this person, there's something about like the holistic nature of the connection, right? Like would this connection with you allow them to express themselves authentically, mind, body, and soul? And I think that they have maybe a little bit of a fear of judgment from you for some reason. Or there's some part of them that's kind of holding back how they're feeling because they're maybe not too sure if they want to dive into this, if they're ready to jump into this again with you, if it is a second chance situation. Now, if this is not a second chance situation, you've never connected with this person, I think it's more so the fear of judgment and being unsure. So how do they feel about you? Pile number 2. I definitely feel like this person with the Ace of Swords and the Six of Cups, there's something here about them wanting clarity from the past. I feel like this person may want to have a conversation with you about something from the past. Ace of Swords is like when we are wanting to cut to the heart of things, like clear the air. Try to understand something from maybe a different perspective than we looked at it before. I do feel this person has done with the Four of Swords a lot of reflection on maybe something that didn't mesh before. It could have been that they just they weren't like in the right place in their life to connect with you, or they've just feeling anxious or uncomfortable, or if there's some history here, there's definitely something about timing that wasn't right, or something about the two of you that just didn't mesh. But with the Four of Swords, I do see that they've done a lot of reflecting on this. They've tried to kind of quiet their mind about it. And now it feels like they might be ready to have some sort of communication with you about this. We have joy, sorrow, justice, and anger. Lots of emotions here that were mixed into this mixer. So that's kind of interesting. It's like an interesting depiction of the Temperance card, right? Like, I do see with the Six of Cups that there is some level of comfortability that this person has with you, some sort of familiarity, if anything. I think there's something about you that reminds them of their past. Even if you guys don't have a past together, there's something familiar about your energy. I do see with the Six of Cups that this could be a soulmate energy, like a past life connection for some of you, if that's something you believe in. But this is kind of interesting with these mixed emotions here in reverse. You know, I kind of feel that this person has been trying to kind of like detach from that a little bit and try to just like quiet the mind around any mixed feelings that they've been having. Because there is something that about this that makes this person feel a little bit uncomfy, and I don't really understand what it is. Other than maybe it's just about authenticity, right? But with the Nine of Wands reversed and the Seven of Wands reversed, there's also kind of like a part of this person that, especially with the Judgment card being here, I guess what I want to get across to you guys is that this person just feels like they have a lot of mixed emotions, because there's a part of them here with the Ace of Swords that like wants to talk and clear the air about something, maybe about their feelings, maybe about something from the past. But then with the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Wands reversed, to me this is like someone who's giving up, like someone who's just like, I'm over this, I'm not fighting for that. Or maybe with the Temperance card, they're just kind of not in the right headspace mentally, Temperance reversed, to fight for it right now. I could see that being the case too. And the thing to remember about aces, you guys, I feel like I say this a lot, but so I'm sorry if you've heard it a million times, but when it comes to aces, you have to remember these are potential energies, right? Like, it's almost like an ace is like the seed of a plant. And so the seed has all of this potential to grow, but you have to actually like nurture the seed and take care of it and cultivate it if you want it to grow into a beautiful plant. And so we have with the Ace of Swords kind of the seed being planted of this person wanting to talk to you. But in terms of like the effort with the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Wands, the fighting for it, the action, I'm not seeing it here yet, but let's just continue on here. Tell me, how does this person perceive the status of this connection, please? Oh my gosh. Judgmental. Your expectations won't allow you to see this for what it could be. Interesting. This person could be judging you guys too, right? Temperance for me it's such an interesting card when it comes to relationships, because it can mean so many different things. But it can also talk about like when we've got like just really major differences with someone fundamentally, right? I feel there's something about emotions here that are really tough for this person. Like, I mean, they just have mixed emotions about something to do with you for some reason. And I think So they're watching you. They have this secret crush on you. They admire you from afar. But are they judging you at the same time? Like, what? Let's see what else we got. How do they perceive the status? We have situationship. This can get confusing. Ask yourself, where is this going and what do you want? Yeah, I don't think that this person is clear yet about what they want. But they want to get clarity with you about something from the past. Let's see. Secretive. This one is hiding their real feelings. Yeah, for sure. See, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have expect drama, misery loves company, emotionally immature. I kind of feel this person is emotionally immature, but they might be feeling for some reason like you would bring drama into their life. We have childish energy here at the Six of Cups. So we're going to look now to see how they perceive you, because I feel like this should give us some insight into like what their hang up is about this. So it's like they like you, they're admiring you, but they're judging. I feel like they're judging this situation. And I can't figure out if they're judging you or if they're like judging the situation and themselves, you know? So how do they perceive my pile 2 viewers, please? Wow, we have mismatched, difficult pairing. That makes sense with that temperance reverse, you guys. What else? We have light, free spirit. How do they perceive my viewers? We have irresistible, intense attraction. I feel like they really like your butt. We also have the energy of attentive, wants to please. So I feel that they see that you have positive intentions, that you're very loving, you're available, like, but there's something that this person feels that the both of you guys are not matched well. I feel like they're very attracted to you physically, for sure. This is making me feel that this person worries about this. Like maybe they kind of see you as being a non-committal person or someone that's just like kind of marches to the beat of your own drum. You're kind of unique and different in a way, like Uranus energy in your zodiac, but like, or in your birth chart rather. So there's some fundamental difference that I feel this person just is hung up on. I want to know what it is. Why does this person feel, you're getting like extra stuff pile 2, by the way, because I just really want to figure this out. Why does this person feel like this is a mismatched pairing? Let's get this person's energy versus my viewer's energy and then the joining energy in between. So this is their energy. 3 of Cups. Let's get your energy, my viewer. Ah, the Hermit. The joining energy in between. The Emperor in reverse. Strength in reverse. Okay. I feel like it's immaturity on their part, to be honest, because the first thing I'm seeing is this little baby here. And I feel when I look at this Hermit card that you're somebody who's actually quite mature. I think you're somebody who's really mature. I think you're somebody who is like really more elevated than this person, wiser, more experienced than this person. This is a person that seems like they just want to have fun, that they just want to have a good time. They might be dating other people. It's interesting, the 3s that are here. But it's like, I don't know if I necessarily see it as anything sinister. I just kind of feel like with this little baby here that this person might just be like in a place in their life where they are sort of starting fresh in some area, right? Like they're kind of new. Maybe they're new to dating. Maybe they've just gotten out of a relationship for some of you. You know, they're still learning and growing in their life, and especially in their emotional connections with others. And did you guys notice this too when I was showing you all these cards, how the aloof card came up here just out of reach? I think that they also, even though they're very attracted to you, I feel that they see you as someone who's a bit elusive. Like you're not easy to attain. Like maybe you guys don't really put yourselves out there a lot, like on social media or, you know, wherever this person would have access to you. It's like they don't feel that they have that access. And because of that, we have kind of like a lack of a stable foundation here between the both of you, right? So again, going back to that Temperance card reverse, there could be an issue here of timing, right? That's definitely how it feels, because I see one person that's really mature and one person that's not really on that level yet, causing an unstable foundation here with the Emperor card in reverse. Interesting, guys. So now we're going to move into the message cards. So let's just see what this person might want to tell you, if they were being truthful and honest about their feelings. We have telepathy. You are never far from my mind. So they're thinking of you a lot. Definitely have their eye on you guys. We have oversight. I know I made a huge mistake. So there's regret here. And acknowledgement that maybe they've screwed something up with you. We have heart. It's telling me to just do it. So there's that pull, right? They have this like pull to you. See, you have influenced their life significantly. You're somebody who's very wise to this person, mature, someone that's like supportive and helpful. They're still kind of like learning here. So let's take a look. We're going to close it out with these little love block cards just so we can get you guys some guidance and advice. So we're going to pull one for your person, one for you, and then one for the connection itself. So let's get a card to understand this person's energy with regard to this connection. What do they need to work on right now? We have everyone leaves. And then what about my viewer? What should they be working on with regard to this connection? Ooh. We have staying stuck. And what about the joining energy, please? We have burned out. And we have rushing. See, that's the thing. With the Temperance in reverse, there's something about like the timing of this. And this card is talking about how you need to take your time and let things happen in divine timing. I just don't think that the timing right now is right for this connection. Your person has everyone leaves. Choose a partner who can commit to you and let yourself commit to them. So there's abandonment issues here. I also kind of feel like this person may also struggle with commitment too. Like maybe they are worried about committing to someone right now because of this new beginning energy, this more lighthearted energy that they're in when it comes to their life. For you, my viewer, we have staying stuck. You keep repeating old patterns. It's time to try something new, which makes a lot of sense with the Six of Cups, right? Because the Six of Cups is that past life connection. It's that familiar energy. So there's something about this connection for you that is familiar, right? You've encountered this before, whether it's this person exactly that you have a past with or their energy is similar to a past person, right? So for you, my viewer, your message, your guidance about this connection is to get out there and try something different than what you've been doing. We also have burned out. You feel emotionally burnt out right now. Retreat and recover before continuing. I feel like you guys are already doing that with the Hermit card here. So it seems to me like for you, my viewer, right now is a really great opportunity for you to just kind of disconnect from this situation and spend some time healing. You know, don't overly exhaust yourself thinking a lot about this person or giving a lot of the situation your energy, because it seems like this is some sort of a pattern that you're repeating that's keeping you stuck or trapped in a place that you may not want to be aligned with. So, pile number 2. I think we're going to end your message here, but please comment below. Let me know how you feel that this resonates with your situation. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll be updated whenever I post the next reading, and I do look forward to seeing you then. Bye. Hey, pile number 3, if you guys picked out the Twin Flame Journey Tarot with this little satin spar selenite crystal, this is going to be your reading. So we're looking into your person's current feelings and where they stand with regard to your connection. So let's go ahead and start with the overall energy of where they stand. So we have the Stag Spirit coming up, take the lead. We have life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. So where does your person stand, pile 3? I think there's a little bit of friction here with these energies because I feel with the Stag Spirit that maybe your person is wanting to step into a leadership type of role in this connection, but for some reason, doing so is going against the natural flow of things right now. Now, for others of you, this could be a situation where let's continue. I want to get some clarification here. This could be a situation where this person could be like, I guess what I was going to say is they could be struggling to step into leadership. And so there's more of this energy of going with the flow. Let's see. How do they feel about pile 3, please? I want to just kind of get a sense of their energy toward this connection to see if it's more dominant or if it's more passive here. How does pile 3's person currently feel about them? So we have a Queen of Pentacles in reverse. We have a Page of Swords wanting to come out. We have a King of Swords. We have a Judgment in reverse. Seven of Swords in reverse. So many swords. And we have an Ace of Cups in reverse with the Seven of Pentacles reversed in the bottom of the deck. So lots of air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Earth energy as well. Let me pull one of these really quick. Oh, wow. Pessimism, rebellion, lack. Okay, how do they feel? Well, lots of being in their head for sure. So it's interesting because with both of our Pentacles cards, which would be kind of like the cards of putting in effort toward this foundation of this connection, we have them in reverse. And we also have two cards that talk about reevaluation, the Seven of Pentacles and the Judgment card, which talks about, this card calls it a karma review. And I guess that's kind of what it is, right? Like you're reviewing the situation to try to understand how it fits for you. And I think the issue here with this person is like, or not the issue, but their energy is that it seems to me like they have taken the stance that this connection right now may not be worth the investment at this time. Okay. I think your person probably is a natural born leader because I am seeing those indications here with the King of Swords, right? This person is somebody who is intellectual, quick-witted, as the card says. They're somebody who is very logical, right? Logic, head over heart is very strong with this person. I see that a lot here. And so I think maybe a part of this card, why we have this card here, which is sort of all about, you know, going with the flow and allowing things to just shift and change as they need to. I think it's because this person is in this headspace of detachment right now. Something about this situation feels not great to them right now. They have some pessimism around it. I think they're in a little bit of a negative headspace here, a little bit of a lack mindset around things. And it's almost like an energy of somebody who just wants to give up, right? They're just deciding that they can't put effort into it anymore. For you guys too, I'm wondering if they're seeing you as not putting in any effort as well, with the Queen of Pentacles being here in reverse, and this could be contributing to why they're in this energy. So it could be like very mutual here. But with the Page of Swords, this person's in their head. They're skeptical, they're mistrustful, and there seems to have been some sort of deception here. So now the Seven of Swords reverse is like, there's something that's been revealed to this person, right? Or that they've confessed to. And whatever this communication is has caused them to really be in their head about it. I feel for some of you guys, maybe this is on social media with the Page of Swords. Like they saw something on social media that they felt was like sneaky or deceptive, or maybe they did something on social media that was sneaky or deceptive, or at least was perceived that way, even if it wasn't intended to be that way. And so I see them in this detached energy of the King of Swords and feeling quite out of touch with their emotions here. In fact, I actually feel that this person feels quite emotionally drained by the situation. There's a coldness here to their energy. It seems like this person at one time really felt that there was a lot of potential for this connection to go to the next level. And I see them maybe not feeling that way anymore. So let's see here for pile 3. Tell me a little bit more. How does this person perceive the status of this connection with my pile 3 viewers? What's their energy in terms of the status of this connection? We have bad. You won't get my heart, but I can work miracles. That's that emotional detachment, you guys. So it's interesting because this person, they're kind of like, the King of Swords is awesome, right? Like he's a problem solver. It's not a bad card to get in a love reading necessarily. It's just not an emotional card. And that's kind of what I get with this energy of bad, right? It's like this seems like the type of person that would be there to be like a problem solver, someone that would be like helpful, someone that you could have great conversation with, someone that wants to support in some way intellectually, right? But their heart is very guarded here. We do have boot up, sex, cuddling, spending nights together. So they enjoy that type of, and maybe that's kind of what this Seven of Swords is about. Like, I don't know if you guys have been like kind of just doing stuff on the low, you know, just kind of doing stuff in the nighttime. We also have temporary. The best way to get over the ex or the past is to entertain something new. So that makes sense. That gives us a little bit of context here. We also have fear. Fear of the unknown is why you're settling. Okay. So now that we have a few more cards here, it seems like this is a person who is still like getting over the past. And I think that their heart space is really blocked because of this past situation here. Now, for some of you guys, you might be the ex and you've been continuing to hook up with this person. But for a lot of my viewers here, for pile 3, it seems like this person, whether they are admitting it or not, or whether they're even aware of it or not, for them, this is about like getting over their past, healing from the past, entertaining new energy because they're heartbroken from an ex. And that makes a lot of sense with boot up, right? And the bad energy. It's like this may be a person that you guys share a lot of like magnetic chemistry with. And that might be all that they can really give to you right now because their investment energy is just like not there in terms of actually like wanting to place effort into something long term with the Seven of Pentacles, right? I feel like your person might have been really hurt. Like it almost seems like maybe in the past they had like really built something they'd put a lot of effort into something with a person from their past and didn't really get out of it what they hoped. It was like a sunken investment in a way. And I think that's impacting their ability to build something new with someone. So let's see how they perceive you guys. What is this person's perception of my pile 3 viewers? We have sexy, erotic affairs. They're definitely thinking about like you in the physical sense of things. That's coming through really strong in this reading. We have elusive, thrill of the chase. So there's something kind of exciting about you being slightly unattainable to this person. We also have flighty, playing games. So maybe you guys are kind of like, well, they're perceiving you as this, right? So you may not be doing this, but they're kind of perceiving you as someone who isn't totally available to them either. Let's see what they want to tell you. What would pile 3's person say to them if they were being totally truthful and honest? We have touch. I can still feel you. So definitely they're thinking of the physical interactions that they've had with you. We have mesmerized. Your intensity frightens me and allures me all at the same time. They're very like drawn to you guys. This definitely feels very like physical in nature to me. We also have unique. I feel a special bond with you that I've never felt before. So there's definitely something special about you that they notice for sure. But we also have apprehensive. I don't know if I'm cut out for this. So I think when it comes to like the hooking up and like the physical intimacy, this person seems to be really like into that. But when it comes to the actual like building of anything stable, they're a little bit uncertain about that. So I want to look and see, let's get your advice, pile 3. We're going to look to see like your person and what they should be working on or what they need to work on so we can understand them a little bit better. Then we'll get a card for you and then for the connection itself. So tell us about pile 3's person. What does this person need to work on? Fear of cheating. Oh my gosh. Wow. Now I feel kind of bad for your person. Okay. Let's see. Let's get the energy of my viewers, please. What do my viewers need to work on? We have rejection. And then the joining energy. Advice about this connection, please. Unsocial. We also have stuck in the past. This says, let go of your ex completely so you can truly welcome new love into your life. So for some of you guys, this could really be your ex. But for others of you, that's not the case. This person is still hung up on an ex. So this person has a fear of cheating. And it's really interesting because I don't really see them as being committal, but it's interesting that they have this fear. They see you guys as being a game player. So they actually might be feeling worried that you're not being faithful to them. This person, I think, probably experienced infidelity in their previous connections here, right? We also had the 7 of Swords in reverse with the Page of Swords, right? So this person, remember, they're very sensitive and skeptical to certain things, right? There's been some sort of deceptive energy that they've experienced in the past, whether it was of their own doing or someone else doing it to them. And I do feel that this is sort of impacting their ability to fully open up their heart. This hasn't been fully healed for them. You, my viewers, your advice is build your confidence by dating a lot and find out what people like about you. This person definitely seems a bit emotionally unavailable, right? Like they seem that they have a lot of healing to do. And I could definitely see their energy coming across as a little bit cold and detached in some ways. And so for you, my viewer, this may feel like rejection, right? Your advice is to get a little bit more experience and to like kind of put yourself out there and test the waters and connect with more people. Because it feels like you guys would have a lot to offer, right? And maybe connecting with a person who's only keeping you in this sort of hookup space, that may not be the most helpful space for you to be in for your self-worth, right? Now, maybe some of you guys prefer hooking up, and that's totally fine. But for those of you that are out there that are wanting more from this person, it feels like your advice is to try to like get out of this type of situation and connect with more people so that you can understand like the value that people see in you, because this person may not be seeing your value fully. And a part of it is really to do with their own healing that needs to happen here. We also have unsocial. You need to get out and mingle with new people so you can meet someone, right? I think that part of it is like this connection seems like it's been something that's sort of in the shadows, right? It seems like it's been something where you guys have just been like hooking up and hanging out on the low. And so there's a message here about getting out in public, number one. But I feel this relates very well, really, for both of you guys. You know, this person could probably benefit from getting out and rebuilding their self-worth by dating and practicing opening up again. But you guys too, right? It may be important for you, my viewer, to get out there and like start, you know, meeting new people, seeing what else is out there if this is not in line with what you want. So really interesting reading, pile 3. It definitely seems this person has a lot of healing to do. So comment below. I would love to hear from you how you feel that this resonates with your situation. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll be updated when I post the next reading. And I look forward to seeing you then. Bye.